Happy Monday to you all. You know what that means here at Hold My Ball Podcast? That means it's a Futures episode where every Monday we talk about the MVP race, the Cy Young race, and the Rookie of the Year race, and the World Series race. We give you the odds so that you can make informed bets just in case you're the betting type. Let's get some music going, and let's jump back into this thing after this introduction. All right. We should know how this goes by now. We're going to start with the National League MVP. I'm going to give you last week's odds, and then after 7 days of games, I give you the updates on certain guys' stats and how they've moved in the lines. The biggest one by far, of course, Shohei Ohtani. Last week, he was minus 3,000. Schwarber was not too far behind him at plus 1,400. We had Machado at plus 5,000. The biggest jump of the week, Shohei Ohtani, goes from minus 3,000 to minus 20,000, which is crazy, but makes a ton of sense, honestly, when you look at it. Last week, he went 13 for 27 with 10 runs, 4 ribbies, 3 home runs, 3 doubles. That was the week before last. This last week, he went 7 for 23 with a triple, 3 jacks, 8 runs, 4 ribbies. This is the MVP of the whole league. The guy is unbelievable, and it doesn't count his pitching stats and what I just gave you. So on top of that, he's also pitching. Nobody's laying down that much money to win a tiny bit of money, unless you got it like that. If you got it like that, then go ahead and lay it down on minus 20,000. Would have been nice if you got it at minus 3,000 last week. Behind him, Kyle Schwarber plus 1,400. He remains there. He went 5 for 27, 2 dubs, 2 bombs, 5 runs, 7 ribbies. Not bad, but not Shohei Ohtani. And Manny Machado bumped up here. He's plus 8,000. Not a good bet. Anybody named anything other than Shohei Ohtani. Not a great bet. But Machado went 5 for 27, just like Schwarber. 1 double, 3 runs, 0 ribbies. Tough week for him. Did not look good in the Dodgers series. So if you're betting the National League MVP and you're not betting on Ohtani, I think you're giving your money away. That's what I think you're doing. So there's that. AL MVP. There's a switch here, which I don't like. I don't like at all. Cal Raleigh, last week, 4 for 25, 5 runs, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, minus 135. He was the favorite to win, which I think is accurate. He's playing catcher. He's switch hitting. He's leading the league in home runs. He's got ribbies. He's got runs. He's got it all. He's playing defense. Judge has been hurt. He hasn't played in the outfield in a while. They got Stanton running around out there. Goodness gracious. Last week, he was 3 for 15, 2 runs, 1 ribby, no extra base hits. Now, this current week that we just went through, Judge now takes a leap up. He's the favorite now, minus 190, which, what did he do on the week? He went 5 for 23 with 1 double, 2 bombs, 4 runs, 5 ribbies. So let's read that back. He was not the favorite last week. This week, he is the favorite after going 5 for 23, 1 double, 2 bombs, 4 runs, 5 RBIs. Now we got Cal Raleigh at plus 120, who was minus 135 last week. What did he do the last 7 days? 8 for 25, 2 doubles, 3 bombs, 5 runs, 6 ribbies. Make it make sense. I know the odds makers think that Judge is going to, I don't know. I know this is projections, right? What Judge is going to do the rest of the way versus what Raleigh's going to do the rest of the way. They believe in Judge more than they believe in Raleigh, but if you're taking Raleigh at plus money right here, absolute no-brainer. I just don't think Judge is going to do anything exceptional the rest of the way, and I think Cal Raleigh is going to continue doing what he's done all season. So this one honestly pisses me off. Is what it is. I'm going Cal Raleigh all day long. Get him at plus 120 this week. Could have had him at minus 135 last week, which would have been worse than the plus 120. So if you got him at plus 120 this week, lay it down. Lay it on him. Let's watch him do his thing. AL Cy Young, we got Tarek Skubal still leading the pack. Didn't have a great outing. Right behind him is Crochet, who did have a great outing. And again, the odds change. I don't know if they take into account like strength of schedule or what, but we got Skubal. Oh, excuse me. All right, we got Skubal minus 210 last week. This week he's minus 303, which means he's more of a favorite. You got to bet $303 to win 100. His outing, though, this is odd to me. His outing, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks. By his standards, a terrible outing. And that's just by what he's done lately. So not a good outing for him, but he still rises in the betting favorite department. You got Crochet right behind him. Last week he was plus 150. This week he's plus 250. After Crochet went 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 8 Ks. I'm telling you, make it make sense. This a lot of times feels like a popularity contest, you know? Crochet is good, man. He's right on his heels. He had a great week and he ends up dropping further back and Scooble goes further up. I don't know. I just don't get it. Last week, Eovaldi was on there at plus 1,600. He dropped pretty low. I don't think he's going to be a contender for this. NL Cy Young, you got Paul Skeens. He was minus 649, 650 last week, and he has dropped down a little bit to minus 475 this week, which is interesting. That's a minus 200 drop. So, and you got a new guy here, which is really crazy. Last week it was Skeens and Wheeler, and there was really no question about it. Wheeler's been injured, so he dropped way down there. His expectations of winning the Cy Young are pretty much gone. And a guy that nobody's even talked about yet, Christopher Sanchez, with the old Phils, Wheeler's teammate, 24 starts, 150 innings, 11-4 with a 2.4 ERA and 157 Ks to 36 walks, plus 250. This is a contender, a late dark horse, and I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm still going Scooble because I think Scooble's going to continue to dominate and do what he does for the rest of the season. But I tell you what, because Christopher Sanchez keeps doing what he's doing, not a bad choice. If you like plus money, go Christopher Sanchez. If you like, or no, I'm sorry, I said Scooble. We're going Paul Skeens. I think Paul Skeens is continuing to do what he does. Did I just screw this whole thing up? Skeens, 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned, 2 home runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Yeah, not a great outing by Skeens standards. I guess you could replace Skeens with Scooble, and they're really like, it doesn't really matter. So there's that one. If you like plus money, Christopher Sanchez. Sorry, guys, that's 2 yawns in a row. Everyone thinks you yawn because you're tired, but it's really just a lack of oxygen to your brain. Maybe the lack of oxygen comes to your brain because you're tired and your body's working slower. So maybe it is because you're tired, or maybe it's just because you got a lack of oxygen to your brain. I don't really know. AL Rookie of the Year, Nick Kurtz, goes from minus 10,000 to minus 10,000. Nothing changed there. Roman Anthony plus 2,000 to plus 1,500. Not much to talk about here. It's Nick Kurtz. It's the end of the story. And the NL Rookie of the Year, this, my friends, was very interesting because it's been Drake Baldwin all the way. I was telling you, this is the best money you can place on a future. He's a lock. And then all of a sudden, man, we're going to go over these guys' season stats, not just the last week, because last week it was Drake Baldwin, Cade Horton, and Agustin Ramirez. This week, it's Isaac Collins at minus 149 for the favorite to win NL Rookie of the Year. Drake Baldwin's behind him with plus 100, which is even money. And then Cade Horton's down there at plus 800. So we got Drake Baldwin, who's been leading the pack all season long with 283, 815 OPS, 34 runs, 53 ribbies, 13 jacks, and 12 doubles. Great stat line. Cade Horton is a pitcher. We're not going to talk about him because we're just comparing offensive stats, but he is third, and I don't think a pitcher's going to win it. You got Isaac Collins, the newcomer. He's hitting 288, 832 OPS, 8 jacks, 15 doubles, 3 triples, 48 runs, 41 ribbies. I mean, that's crazy, huh? Every one of those except for the home runs and RBIs are better than Drake Baldwin. He's scored 15 more runs than Drake Baldwin, and he's had 12 less RBIs. This is just very interesting. He has 5 less home runs, but he's got 3 more doubles and 3 more triples. So he has 1 more extra base hit. I don't know. This is crazy. This Isaac Collins guy really popped out of nowhere, and as the favorite here, between him and Drake Baldwin, I really think it is a toss-up. So I don't know. He plays left field. I guess, I mean, those stats right there, they warrant, and he's played more games than Drake Baldwin. So I got to go Isaac Collins. We got to switch it up a little bit here, I think. So if you're betting on these week to week, either continue to lay it on Drake Baldwin at plus money now instead of minus from last week and see what happens, or take the newcomer. Isaac Collins minus 150 before he comes more if he has another good week. Now, the World Series odds, the grand finale. Dodgers stay atop the pack. After watching them play the Padres, it just appears that a bunch of veterans said, okay, a month left. It's time to lock in. And they locked in against the Padres. That's what it looked like. I'm not saying they did or didn't, but that is what it looked like. And if that team shows up for the rest of the season, they're favorites. And they're going to get a couple guys healthy between Kike and Edman They got pitchers. They got bullpen coming. Their bullpen was really good this weekend. I don't know, man. This team, they're the favorites for a reason. They're plus 325 last week. They're plus 300 now, which means it's creeping down, which means they're becoming more favorites. But we got Dodgers 300, Phillies plus 850, Mariners 1,000, Brewers 1,100, Tigers 1,100, Blue Jays 1,200, Astros 1,300. And then everybody 1,500 and beyond is the Yankees, the Mets, the Padres, the Cubs, the Red Sox. It's just a day-to-day thing. When you bet, it's a day-to-day thing. When you watch baseball, it's just the toughest futures probably to predict, other than maybe Ohtani and Judge. But you're 1 week away from going 1 for 29, while the guy right behind you goes 11 for 30. And then all of a sudden he's the favorite and you're not. So I do enjoy these. I think they're a lot of fun. But that's betting. That's why you put futures down, because it gives you something to watch all year long. And it makes things fun. So appreciate you being here. I will keep you guys updated as the season goes. Monday is 7 days away. That's 7 days of at-bats. That's 7 days of guys pitching on the mound. That's 7 days of movement on the futures bets. So make sure you're checking in every Monday, see what you guys like. I will talk to y'all later.